Hi, welcome to the Shelley Studio. This is the next journal in the journal collaboration, 6-pack collab, and the cover was done by Jessica Harris. So cool, the time machine, and she's got using the 7 science fiction novels of H.G. Wells, so she's got the time machine on there, which is like the only one I think I've read. And then the signatures were put in by Lynn Hasty. So much fun in here. And then Rosemary did the pockets, created the pockets that are in here, and we'll look through it a bit more. And then Jessica Rapp did the inserts that are inside. And my job is to like add tabs and extra decoration, but there's so much going on in here, and there's already clips, like so I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. I do have, like, because it's sort of steampunky, I do have this one gear stencil, so I figured I'd find some light colored pages and maybe do a little bit of stenciling on there. I also have, I went through my stuff. I've got some random stickers. They look like tickets and things. I figured I could put on. In fact, I was thinking one would look good there, or maybe, which one? There was one I had in mind. Yeah, just something interesting to go on there. I think I'll do that. I'll bring some green over. And these stickers, I believe these came from Temu. I hope they stick well. Maybe, ooh, okay, if I can get things straight. Maybe if I burnish it down, maybe rub it in there really good, it will stay, just to add a little interest. I have these little brown tabs that I could put some tabs on. I do have bigger ones. I could make tabs out of tickets, just like that. I kind of like these ones. They're really stiff, and they're fun. I also have, this is a clock face, and I just took a piece of cardstock and did a little stenciling on it, and I was thinking, and it's not sharp, so it'd be fine. Like, if I can find the right page, I could use that like a tab. You glue one side and this side like that. And I think I have like a clock hand I could put on there. I don't know how that'll attach. I mean, a brad would be nice. I think I might have a brad. Anyway, that's the idea. I'm just going to go through and just start playing, and you'll see all the fun pages. Look at all this fun stuff in here. But yeah, I'll just go through, start adding things, and that way you'll get a view of the book as I go through and just kind of randomly add things to it. That's the plan. So I figured I would start by stenciling a few pages, a few of the white pages. We'll just add some of these gears using the archival ink in coffee. And this is more difficult than I thought, holding the stencil in one spot and trying to get some ink on the brush with the one hand, because the stamp pad doesn't hold still when you're not holding it with both hands. But really, this book is so pretty, and it's already got so much fun stuff in it. I had a hard time, plus I don't have a lot of steampunk, so I had a hard time coming up with stuff to add to it. I put a few tabs on there. Here's that clock face. It was gold originally, I believe, and I added a little blue and green ink, alcohol inks to it, or alcohol, whatever, to it, and it got really green. But I figured that was okay because this book has a lot of that kind of color to it, so, and I do later fix that, the back side of that. See, there it is. See how kind of green it got? There, I put a little dot over the thing. I actually add a gear to the back of that eventually, just to make it look less obvious. And there's another white page, so we're just going to add some more gears to it. It's the only steampunky element I really own. I just put one gear on this page. This page is a little bit more dingy. I don't know. It's not the shiny like the other one, so. Trying to, still gears, but trying to switch it up a bit by doing different sections. I cannot hold it in one place for the life of me. So here's just one of those little square tabs. I think I put 3 of those in. I just pick random places. Try to pick the stiffer paper to put it on, because that kind of naturally feels like a divide, you know what I mean? And then put one down here somewhere. Going on the yellow. Alright, so now I'm just gonna find homes for these labels. Trying to decide which one I like in the different places. I hope you've been enjoying this series. I can't wait to see the next book. Just the other day, I think it was Jessica Harris, did a flip through of one. I have a playlist, so if you're any of them that I've identified as being part of this collaboration, I've put in the playlist. So if you're interested in seeing any of the other ones, you can check that out. I'll link it down below, along with the YouTube channels of all of the participants. So you can go explore on your own if you want to. But yeah, I was watching one the other day, and it was the book that I put the signatures into. And yeah, it's just fun to see what else has gone in there. It's so cool. So I hope with the very last video everybody does, because we're getting close. This is, I forgot to say at the beginning, I believe this is chapter 5. But I think there's one more where we have to do the closure and a book charm. I used that. Those were stickers, and it's kind of thin, but it's okay. It's okay. So we are getting close to the end. So I hope with the last one, everybody does flip throughs of the books so that we can all see them. I know they want to do a giveaway. I'm not sure when that is going to be planned. And if I really have to do a live, I don't have a good setup for a live, so we'll see how that goes. Alright, so I decided I needed something else. So I have these long strips of leftover paper from other projects, and they're watercolors, so they're pretty thick. And I decided I would turn it into a bookmark. I started with the archival ink, but I didn't feel like it was dark enough. So I'm going to try lining that back up and putting just some brown paint on there. It already has a pattern on the back side, kind of a busy pattern, so I just left it. Not steampunky, but it doesn't have to be all steampunk, right? Not everything. So yeah, just kind of going lightly with the brown. Just enough to give it some pattern. And this is a long strip, so once I paint it all, then I'll decide how long it needs to be and cut it down. And it's very dry here, so the paint is drying really fast. And I'm just using a little makeup sponge. Kind of fun gears. I like the blue background. I actually used some blue watercolor paint for that. Kind of an iridescent. Kind of goes with the book with the blue. Maybe. Alright. So now we're going to decide how long we want it. Cut it off right there. And then I decided I'm going to angle the top just with a slight angle and make it look like a tag. It doesn't feel straight for some reason, but it should be straight. And this is my little metal bits, mostly gears. I did stick a few random gears inside the book. Didn't show that part, but these are just little washers. I'm just going to use those to reinforce the hole. Not that it needs it, it's just purely decorative. And I found some blue fabric, so I'm going to ink around this, and then I'll use the blue fabric as the little tie on top. It's a really long tag. Of course, that's because it's a bookmark. But I decided I wanted to have something fluffy sticking out the top. Felt like it needed extra dark on the edges. Alright, and I have some Tim Holtz rub-on words, so I figured I'd add some. I don't know that I have any that are steampunk related or time travel, but figured these would work. And it is watercolor paper, so it was kind of an effort to get that rub-on to stick on. Anyways, I hope you guys are enjoying the journal collaboration. It's you can search hashtag 6pack collab, C-L-A-B, if you want to search that way to see if you can find some videos. See what I mean? It was hard getting that to stick down. I get it in the end. Well, and this is where I was going to end it. This was going to be done. And then I watched APG Jamie's video. She already had it up before I'd even sent my book. And she did some embossing inside hers. Yep, I'm copying you, Jamie. I actually had a gear stamp, and then just sort of a interesting ornate design. So I decided to do a little bit of embossing, and you'll see that in a minute. So I added a little key to the string that's going to hold my ties shut because my ribbon wasn't very long, so I had to do it this way. And then I've got a little key attached. I'm just going to add that to the book. There it is. Alright. I did have one homemade paperclip, hidden paperclip, so I decided to add that in there. And then I don't have an embossing stamp pad. I do, but it's dried up. I tried it, it was dried up. Now, this embossing powder came from a recycle crafty type store, you know, where they people turn it in. It's kind of like a thrift store for craft supplies. And this is weird embossing powder. And I think I noticed that the last time I tried it. It doesn't change. Like, I heated that. Like, it doesn't come off now, but it still looks just like the powder. It doesn't, like, meld together. Like, I heated that. I could smell smoke. I could see smoke. And it was not changing. I have it's called beeswax. So this is not going to be perfect because these are big chunks. I think it's Seth Apter, maybe. It's baked textures. So it's supposed to look like beeswax. So I did that on a few pages. I just show you the one. And then I want to do that pattern again, the ornate pattern. And this time I decided to use the white, which is much better. The white one I actually bought in a regular store. It's not a thrift store find. Oops, got a bit much on there. It's okay. Better more than not enough. And just cleaning that off. We'll get that embossed. And this one, I think I leave enough of the heating with the heat tool that you see it change. Yeah, see? Did you see it? Still has a little bit of a crackle texture. But that is everything. I hope you enjoyed this project. Thank you all for watching. Have an awesome day.